Peace to you and yours wherever you may be. I love you itinerantly for free. I want to make a quick video um, about the fights that happened in the last few days. And I'm going to start with Anderson Silva and his fight. Um, I don't like the matchmaking, you know, in that fight. I'm glad that these fellas get an opportunity to fight, but I think he really should have been shooting for, say, like Jake Paul, and a lot of people are calling for that fight now. They want to see him and Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is starting to kind of feel some type of way about the entertainment fights, the exhibition fights. He wants to fight a boxer now. But I'm going to say this to Jake Paul, and of course, he's doing a lot better than me financially, and he's made a lot better business decisions than I have in his young life compared to my long life. But it's an element of show business to this, no matter how you look at it. And I don't think the fighters who he is on the level to fight can bring the money that he deserves, and I think he should go ahead on and get that money for as long as possible. You know what I mean? Anybody who's saying anything else, let them achieve what you've achieved. I think what we ought to do really now, though, is respect the fact that the young man has some talent, you know what I mean? But the people who he should maybe be fighting from a boxing standpoint, those guys they're not the box office draw that he is, and Tommy Fury is not the box office draw that he is either. So, but Anderson Silva is. So, probably some other folks too that I'm not thinking about. So, respect to both the champs in that fight, but I would go with the Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. I think there's money on that fight right there. I want to talk about this Elena McLaughlin fight, this transgender fighter. I really believe this is a disgrace. Because I think it's a suspension of reality in transgender people competing against, women. Folks who are biologically male competing against biologically women in almost any type of sporting event. The male will have an advantage if strength, speed, power, if any of that type of stuff fits in, the man is going to have an advantage. And are there some women that might be able to beat them? Yes, but the majority of the competition can't, and that's just how strong the advantage is. So I think it's a disrespect to womanhood and what women can achieve. And if transgender fighters want to fight, they should fight other transgenders. You know what I mean? Just to declare yourself a woman, it's obviously you're not a woman. You know what I mean? Just because you make the declaration and you're able to get out there, like in one of the fights, a transgender athlete, is accused of cracking the woman's skull. Yeah, maybe you don't have the same testosterone levels that you used to have, but you didn't leave everything behind. And you don't see the flip side of that. You don't see women athletes who are biologically female, who consider themselves transgender males, you don't see them out competing men, you know, wholesale like you do men who declare themselves women, you know, just completely destroying, you know, women. So in terms of sport or whatever, track and field, combat sports, you know, weightlifting, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's just a disrespect to women, and it's a disrespect to the sport. And I like to see, you know, that be stopped. Lastly, Holyfield and Vitor Belfort. I don't really know what happened between Holyfield and Tyson. Tyson was trying to set Holyfield up with a much-deserved payday. I don't know if it's because Holyfield signed the contract with Triller and couldn't get out of it because Mike does not want to deal with Triller at all. But Holyfield went out there and fought a fight for $1 million, they say, $500,000 guaranteed, and you know, $1 million, up to $1 million, you know, another 500, 700, something like that in pay-per-views, which it was such a fiasco that, you know, I don't believe that the money is really gonna be there for him. But, you know, he missed out on probably a $10 million fight, $8 to $10 million with Tyson. And it's gonna be hard to get that back if you get knocked out in the first round by Vitor Belfort. His performance was so poor that it's sad to me that he didn't get an opportunity to really, you know, if you're gonna go out like that, you know, go out like that for the money, for the right money. So I didn't buy the fight, but I did see, you know, what was posted of it later on, and you know, hey man, I'm Team Holyfield, man. You know what I mean? I'm really on team with all of these guys, all of these old guys, man, who really gave us so much in their early careers, and a lot of them, you know, really don't have much to show for it anymore. And if they can have a payday, you know, and all of us kick in, you know, a few dollars, I don't see the problem with that. But I don't want people to get hurt, of course. I think the referee did the right thing, stopping it when he stopped it, you know. But yeah, if they can do, you know, make a few dollars. And I've heard some people say, well, you know, nobody gonna do that for me. Boo, 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 boo. Listen, man, you know, God gives to whom he wills what he wills. You don't want to buy the fight, don't buy the fight, you know. But I'm not gonna boo-hoo it. I know that there's a level of danger when these older guys get in the ring, but where else are they gonna get that kind of a payday from? You know, where else are these, you know, I mean, even look like at the UFC guys. These UFC guys are getting these boxing deals, and it's becoming like mega fights for them, you know. Sometime low-key mega fight, you know, in the sense that they never made that kind of money before, you know. Tyron Woodley got a $2 million payday off that gig. And that sounds like a lot of money. If, you know, $500,000 for Holyfield, that sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't make anywhere near that. You know, I mean, it takes me a while to make that kind of money, especially to say I would get to keep, say half of it, $250,000. You know, that's a lot of work for me. It's not 6 weeks, 8 weeks, then step in the ring and fight somebody. No, you know. So, but then again, I don't have the rest of their career. So with that said, love y'all for free, and we see y'all on the other side. Peace.